It's Wednesday, July 1st, 2020. Welcome to Meditation on the Shore. Over the last week, I've been contemplating the idea of compassion. I hear it a lot in other people's language, and I read about it. I even practice compassion myself. But it's really helpful for me to unwrap that word and what it means. They get confused with other similar words like empathy. Empathy is this ability to understand and share the feelings of another. And a lot of people feel empathy viscerally. You know, like if you see someone touch a hot stove and they burn their hand, people feel that, or they feel the pain of another person in struggling, either emotionally or physically. Sympathy, another word that's similar to compassion and empathy, is more of an intellectual understanding. It's not so viscerally felt. It's more kind of in your head. Compassion is this kind of a blending of the two and going further with it. It's a deep understanding, it's a deep awareness, feeling of someone's joy, their suffering. But in compassion, I looked it up, it's not a verb, but it has an action in it. And that is this wish to relieve suffering. And wish is not just a frivolous idea in this instance. It's a strong desire to remove the suffering. It's not very comfortable, the suffering. Staying with it, not wanting to run away. So as we practice this morning, and we'll get further into our loving kindness meditation, just kind of keep that into the back of your mind, staying present, staying seated. Here comes Chris. Thanks for showing up. Have a seat.
Anywhere?
Yeah, just right there's good. Actually, you know what? Probably like right over here. When I flip things around later. We were just talking about compassion. And how when you see suffering, there's this urge to not run away from it, right? To sit closer to it, and this strong wish to alleviate it. Yeah? So we all got moments of suffering. And we all have moments of joy. Yeah? So go ahead and take a nice seat. Close your eyes. Make yourself comfortable. It's a little bit cold and drippy this morning. We're kind of bundled up. The inward focus of your awareness calls forth the meditative state. simply by going inward with your awareness, you bring forth the meditative state. Become aware that you are breathing. That you are breathing. Allow your breath to move freely. Notice where your breath creates a sensation. You might feel the air pass across your nostrils, the movement of your belly, rise and fall of your chest. Gentle sway of your torso. The inward focus of your awareness calls forth meditation. And where you most feel your breath, I want you to focus your awareness even more specific to that sensation. Last week we did the breath practice of samadhriti, where we equalize our breath through just a simple counting. We'll do that again here, just to kind of get us all started together. Go ahead and exhale your breath completely. And inhale to a count of 4, 2, 3, 4, and then exhale. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, and exhale. 2, 3, 4. Continue on your own, silently counting to yourself. Gently let your breath return to normal. Notice how you feel inside. Has there been any change, any shift already in your awareness, your consciousness? I want to introduce to you another breath practice that we can layer on top of that samadhriti equalized breath. It's called Ujjayi breath. This Ujjayi breath, for me, it helps to become even more aware of my breathing. And I do that by creating a sound in the back of my throat. The glottis at the back of the throat will lift by firming. And you create that by, you know how when you fog your breath on a mirror, and you create that ha sound? I'll do it here. That's the sound that we want to create with not only the exhale, but also the inhale. And so we'll kind of get there by closing our mouth when we make that ha sound. And you can hear and feel it in your throat and into your head. Well, let's try it. Go ahead and take a breath in, and then as you exhale, open your mouth and ha, and then close your mouth. And then follow right away with an inhale. Some describe this sound as the ocean breath. It gives you an audible feedback to where your breath is. Make it easy. Use less effort. You're just breathing. Listen and breathe. And if you can, start to add your counting. So with that ocean sound, you count to inhale of 4, exhale 4. Inhale 4, exhale 4. Listening to your breath. At the end of your next exhale, allow your breath to return to normal. No longer trying to shape or count, just breathe. This Ujjayi breath is grounding, creates some heat, creates steadiness. By learning to stick with it, you can ground yourself in any moment. You feel anxious, or stressed, or suffering. You have this breath always here, available to you. Take your hands now in front of your heart. I want you to rub your hands vigorously. Create some heat. Then place your hands right in the center of your chest, on top of each other. Feel the warmth radiating into your body. With your next inhale, go ahead and open your arms, reaching forward, and your arms all the way out to the side. And then as you exhale, bring your arms and hands back into your heart. And do this a couple more times. Inhale, open out, wide. As you exhale, bring it all back in. Keep doing this on your own. You can imagine as you open your arms and inhale, you're opening yourself to all the love in the world. You're gathering it all in. As you open up your arms and inhale, you're bringing in all the wonderfulness of nature, gathering it all into your heart. One more, inhale. Exhale, bring it all back in. Just stay here with your hands. Feel the comfort, just holding yourself. You can say these next words to yourself here at the end of our meditation. May all suffering be alleviated in me. May all suffering be alleviated in me. May all suffering be alleviated in those I love. May all suffering be alleviated in those I love. May all suffering be alleviated in the stranger I pass on the street. May all suffering be alleviated in the stranger I pass on the street. May all suffering be alleviated in the difficult person I struggle with. May all suffering be alleviated with the difficult person I struggle with. May all suffering be alleviated in all equally. May all suffering be alleviated in all equally. In my home, in my neighborhood, in the region where I live, on this continent, on our earth, all over the universe, from your heart. I thank you for showing up, for Chris showing up. Thank you for sharing your practice this morning. Namaste.